Welcome, wonderful dreamers. Today I thought I'd give an update on the garden. And, oh, the Guardian of Grass has activated. Okay, I think we are safe. The garden might look boring and empty right now, but after years of being overgrown and full of weeds and pests, it is finally under control. It's becoming a blank canvas. One I can take my time with and develop without creating a garden that becomes overwhelming again. This is the courtyard area. I should probably give some location and gardening information. I am in Canberra, Australia. And here's some gardening information. I'll give you a moment if you would like to pause to read it in more detail. The milk jug experiment is working well. The calendula has germinated. I don't expect to see the strawberry seeds germinated for another couple of weeks. This is the broccoli seed. No luck with the cauliflower seed yet. And lastly, both the cosmos are so far the best achiever. So I like the milk jug method, and will most likely use the method again. The microclimate I have here has kept the parsley growing throughout winter, which is very cool. And I recently emptied this bed. Not sure what will end up here. Australian magpie. I do love the wildlife around here. Because calendula is a self-seeder, I want to plant it in many places. To learn where it thrives and where it doesn't. Plus, it is a pretty flower. Hi, Max. I have had a few dinners with snow peas. It's a great crop for winter in Canberra. I'm going to plant lots next cold season. And learn to give them more water. I forget winter doesn't mean wet. Sometimes the wind dries the soil out. Hopefully I actually grow some hyacinth flowers this spring. I still haven't put the onions in the vegetable garden. I must do that very soon. Jane McGrath, a beautiful pink rose. I'm not ready to find you a permanent home, but I will continue to wonder. Plus give you a prune. Okay, my raspberries. I, Selena of Reid Homestead Dream, neglected the raspberry plants and will be very lucky if I'm able to bring them back to full health. I have sat down and come up with a plan. I wish us both luck. These are some of the spots I will plant annuals and flowers like the calendula. Start learning what likes it here and what doesn't. My climbing rose attempt seems to be on track for another good year of growth and flowers. If I could get the camera to focus on all the buds. The beige brick doesn't contrast well with the rose bush. It does, however, look great from mid-spring to mid-autumn. An Australian native bush. Please bloom this year so I may know what you are. And your little friend, who I will most likely move. You know, once I know who you are, may I see your identification, please? My John Quills bulbs, that flower every July. And I didn't know why. Turns out they are the earliest of the daffodils to bloom, so they are just happy and very eager. The daffodil bulbs are already trying to send up flowers, getting ready to introduce spring. The muscari or grape hyacinths are doing well in this garden bed and the front yard area. More hyacinths. I have just learned about the donut versus the hill. And trees want a donut, so that job had been added to the list. Jonquils, that I can deadhead, and then let the beautiful green leaves feed energy into the bulbs. This area is named Fluffy Bum Lane, as it is Maxwell's zoomy area. It is getting better all the time. Getting to a blank canvas, then building from there. Nice big bit of rubbish to deal with. Then the focus will be here. To the vegetable garden. It needs the path sprayed and a fresh layer of wood chips. In this bed, I want to pull the onions that overwintered. Thin the carrots and prune the garlic chives. Then top up the soil with new healthy compost and plant my onions around 3 edges. My only surviving strawberry plant. Hold on, buddy, I have friends on the way. Does this chicken seem rude or is it just me? Let me know what you think. Blueberry bush. I want to find it a permanent place for you this year. I need to learn more about what you need. I have onions to harvest and carrots to thin. Heavily thin in this garden bed. However, the bed only has a couple of weeds, so carrots work as a cover crop, then early start on the growing season. I missed this bed. It has a dead zinnia plant in it I need to pull, and I will be making it a tomato bed this year. I have hopes of upgrading this garden bed in spring, and use the parts for a future strawberry patch. The same with this bed. I want the back long garden planter for the strawberries. And I must clean this mess up. The garlic. I have 4 varieties. Colossus, then Italian purple, Kangaroo Island white, and elephant garlic. The rocks around this area are not needed. I will be placing them around the courtyard garden bed to help fill that border up. Most of them along here. The front yard. Perfect place for the zinnia and calendula plants, lots of morning sunshine. Finish this area by eliminating the last patch of grass and spreading the rest of the old wood chips out. Another possible spot for a zinnia hedge. The white yarrow is spreading over the rocks. It has softened the area and looks pretty. I want to add some cerise yarrow. I think the pink and white will look stunning. That is the rest of the old wood chip pile. Better view. I will rake the mound down and spread it over this area. Blank canvas and a possible spot for the Jane McGrath rose. I don't know what to put here. Minimal sun and constant drip of water from the air conditioner. The dianthus can move. There is too much shade in this spot. I'm thinking the white one to over near where I will put the Jane McGrath rose, and the other at the end of this bed. I have pruned the hybrid tea, Camp David, red rose. Jonquils, hyacinths, and some daffodils. The border has golden carpet daffodils and grape hyacinths between princess and queen lavender plants. This is the spot I'll move dianthus sugar plum to. And that's today's update for the last month of winter 2026. The only other plans I have at the moment is to finally make the tomato pizza pasta sauce. Let me know what you thought of today's video in the comments. I hope you had a good day.